Welcome to the part of my story where a fearful boy who once collapsed at the sight of a cut finally walks into his dream hospital, ready to become the paramedic he was always meant to be. One day, I was at the clinic when a child was carried in. The child had a deep bleeding cut on their forehead. The doctor and nurse immediately rushed to examine the wound. The doctor called me over and asked me to go and get the cotton. I ran to the dispensary and saying, "No other cotton." I emptied the cotton from the drapes and brought it back to the doctor. I said, "Here it is." The doctor was angry. He said to the nurse, "Go and bring the cotton." When the nurse returned with the correct cotton, I realized I had not known what they meant. I felt terrible. Seeing the blood and hearing the child cry overwhelmed me. I was standing there, and gradually I fell to the floor and lost consciousness. A few minutes later, I came to. I was still shaken, but I stood up. The doctor smiled and said, "Don't worry, you will get better. You are new. That's why you got scared by the sight of blood." The doctor was very kind. He treated me like his own child and motivated me to stay. After this incident, I felt better and more determined. I gradually kept learning about medicine, injections, and so on. The doctor was thrilled with my progress. One day, as the doctor and I were sitting together, he said, "I want to tell you something. You have learned basic medicine. You can give injections and you know first aid, how to do dressings, and so forth. But learning about medicine won't help you right now because you are in the 12th grade and studying computer science. Your educational track is completely different from medical education. You are enjoying this now, but in the future, you could be in trouble. You might not be able to get a job in the government sector. You should not waste your time. It's time to make a decision. You need to think about what you truly want." That day, I realized I really was wasting my time. I went home and thought long and hard about what field to choose, computer or medical. I was studying computer subjects, but I did not like them. I liked the medical field because people were respected in it. It was a very hard time for me because if I abandoned my computer studies, it meant losing 4 years. My previous matriculation had not been in biology either. I asked my father what I should do. He told me, "You had better start matriculation with biology again because you like the medical profession." Then I remembered that when I was little, I would buy bandages and iodine and apply them whenever anyone was injured. Even then, I thought, I wish I could be a paramedic. With that memory, I decided I would never give up. I would try again with matriculation in biology. So I left the 12th grade and started my matriculation education over again. I kept studying. One day, my father suffered a stroke again. I took him to the DHQ hospital. When we arrived, it was very crowded. I was finally checking on my father in the ward when a paramedical staff member came in to check his blood pressure. I asked him about his work and he told me, "I am a paramedical student." As I looked at him, I thought to myself, I wish I could be a paramedical staff in this hospital. Perhaps that time was an answered prayer, and God granted my wish. Days turned into years. I passed my exams in biology and was looking forward to applying for admission to a government teaching hospital for the paramedical course. I submitted my application for admission to the DHQ hospital. When the merit list was posted, I was shocked. My name was on the waiting list because my marks were a little lower compared to the other students. I went home crying and told my mother and father. They both encouraged me and said, "Don't worry, we will pray for you, and God will surely grant your wishes if this path is better for you. You should also apply to a private hospital. You would be selected easily there." But I only desired to train at the DHQ hospital. A few days later, I received a phone call from the DHQ hospital. They invited me to come the next day with all my documents. I had been selected. I was overjoyed. I told my parents and they were thrilled. And finally, I started my studies and training at the DHQ hospital, my favorite hospital. I happily went to the hospital every day for my studies. One day, on August 14, 2018, I was training at the DHQ hospital. That night, my classmate and I were celebrating the 14 August festival. We took a selfie and were about to upload it on Facebook. I was thinking, what caption should I write for this picture? I was completely confused. Guys, I hope you are enjoying this story. Every struggle, every moment of fear, and every victory in this journey from the cotton public boy to a paramedical student has been real. And I am excited to share the details of how this dream changed my life, and maybe it will inspire yours too.